It's 1 o'clock.
Good afternoon. I'm Vijay Narayan at your Legend FM News Center, and a big bula vinaka to everyone watching us from around the country and around the world on our live stream on Fiji Village and on our station platforms. Category 2 Tropical Cyclone Mel continues to move closer to the Fiji group, and the center is now located 500 kilometers northwest of Nadi, or 440 kilometers west-northwest of Yasawai Rara. TC Mel is expected to pass close to the west of the Fiji group tonight into tomorrow morning. However, expect continuous heavy rain and destructive winds to start earlier. Mel has maximum winds of about 95 kilometers per hour, gusting to 130 kilometers per hour, and will continue to increase. The center of the system is expected to be about 170 kilometers west of Nadi at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. We are currently getting further assessments on that, on whether this will change as we go into the afternoon and tonight. The weather office says TC Mel is moving with a speed of 28 kilometers per hour. A heavy rain warning is currently in place for the whole of Fiji. The cyclone will begin to have an impact on Yasawa and Mamanuca from later today. So please, those staying in Yasawa and Mamanuca, please take all precautionary measures now. While the system is expected to begin to affect Viti level from later this afternoon, mainly the Western Division, most of the destructive winds are expected tonight into tomorrow morning. Expect winds to pick up. Storm force winds are likely over the Yasawa and Mamanuca groups, western and southern Viti level, Vatulele, Kandavu, and nearby smaller islands. However, it is a huge system, and its effect can be far-reaching. A gale warning is in force as far as western Vanuatu, including Dreketi, Bua to Savu-Savu, eastern Viti Levu, and Lomai Viti group. And for those who are wondering how much damage this is expected to do, these winds can break tree branches, blow unsecured and loose materials, disrupt communication network and power supply due to damaged lines, damage temporary and weak structures, increase the risk of sea travel for all types of sea crafts, and increase the risk for hazardous breaking waves and coastal inundation of debris along low-lying coastal areas. Please ensure that you are in a safe place, as the ground is already saturated with a lot of rainfall in parts of the country, so it can take little rain to knock off trees as well. The next high tide is at around 7 p.m. tonight. Now, looking at further warnings based on the areas that you're living in, a flash flood warning is in force for the low-lying areas and crossing in Gawia Lami, and low-lying areas in Wailoku, including Marata Village. The Nadi Weather Office says a flash flood alert remains in force for the flash flood-prone areas, small streams, and low-lying areas from the Coral Coast to Navua, Lami, Suva, Nausori, Tailevu areas, Naitasiri province, and Ovalau Island. Expect flooding of roads, Irish crossings, and bridges in low-lying areas and floodplains. Fiji Village News advises you that we expect heavy rain to intensify later today, and please be prepared for river and sea flooding. 56 families are currently taking shelter at 2 evacuation centers in the Western Division. Police Western Command Center media officer Manasa Tambokula says 44 families are currently at the Nabotua Evacuation Center, while 12 families are at the Votua Level Primary School Evacuation Center. Tambokula says these families are not affected by floods or winds. However, they are taking precautionary measures for their safety. Residents of Gawia settlement have put up shutters and are stocking up on food supply and water before tropical cyclone Mel comes closer to Fiji later today. Gawia resident Apisalome Mode says everyone is on high alert and they are ready, as the area was also flooded yesterday. Mode says this morning the water level at the Irish crossing in Gawia had gone down and people managed to cross over to get supplies. He adds that since yesterday, Every resident in Gawia has worked together to clean the drainage to avoid flooding in the settlement. Mode says they are already experiencing low water pressure and are stocking up on emergency water. People also are advised to store emergency water as during cyclones we can have water supply disruptions and even power supply disruptions. We are currently awaiting word from the Water Authority of Fiji and Energy Fiji Limited. Residents of Maratha settlement in Wailoku are bracing for the worst as tropical cyclone Mel intensifies to Category 2. While speaking to Fiji Village News in the Itoke language, Maratha settlement headman Sunny Daoni says preparation for the upcoming cyclone has all been done and they are bracing for the worst. He says the heavy rain yesterday caused the settlement to get flooded, but they're thankful the water has receded this morning and their preparations continue. If you're living along Ba, Tavua, and Raki, please take heed of the current weather updates and act accordingly as Tropical Cyclone Mel has intensified into a Category 2 system. Police Media Officer Manasa Ramukula says currently the weather in Ba and Tavua is fine, but it is cloudy in Raki. He says they have police patrols in various divisions today and are encouraging people to take heed of the advice now from the weather office. He adds people should move now to evacuation centers or higher ground if they are residing in flood-prone areas. Now, based on experience, people leave things to the last minute. Please stock up on your supplies and ensure that you check your surroundings and make the decision on whether you have to move to higher ground. Please don't wait for nightfall and then start contacting the authorities to look for evacuation centers, etc. Those things can be done now, and all the information is online as well. With us, with this live streaming, we have the emergency numbers around the frame of this live stream video as well. So if you check out Fiji Village live stream, you can get those details as well. As far as education is concerned, Minister for Education Aseri Randrondo confirms all internal and external examinations timetable for this week have been deferred and will resume next week. The Year 13 external examinations will resume next Tuesday, and the Year 12 external examinations will begin on Tuesday, November 28th. The order of the papers timetabled for both external exams remain the same. Randrondo says this decision has been made as some students, teachers, and exam supervisors may not be able to access their schools in the aftermath of the cyclone. And some good news for civil servants as the Ministry of Finance has paid the wages and salaries for all their wages in advance. The advance payment is to assist them and their families to prepare during this disaster period. Civil servants can access their pay from this hour, and this includes both the established salary staff and government wage earners. Please take all precautionary measures, remain vigilant, and stay safe. Atma Maharaj, who is the personal coach and manager of 22-year-old Yashneel Karan, has today confirmed that Karan has broken a 30-year-old 5,000 meters national record by 15 seconds with a time of 14 minutes and 31.73 seconds at the University of Queensland. The previous record of 14 minutes 46.40 seconds was set by Davendra Prakash Singh in Melbourne in November 1993, who had battered performances by legends such as Rick Kermode and Usaya Sututu. 20-year-old Ebueli Toya from Delacando village, Tailevu, improved his time by 56 seconds to clock 15 minutes 40.70 seconds to move to number 10 on the all-time ranking list ahead of the celebrated Sirichan Mushroom personal best time 47 years ago in 1976. Toya finished on only 0.07 second behind 2022 Pacific Mini Game silver medalist Sione Kagil of PNG in his race. Former record holder Davendra Singh, in offering his congratulations, says, "Records are meant to be broken." Singh said this is a proud moment for him, having held the record for such a long time. This was Yashneel and Ebueli's final competition before they fly to Honiara, Solomon Islands, to take part in the Pacific Games. The athletics competition in the Pacific Games starts on Monday, 27th November. And before I leave you, Category 2 tropical cyclone Mel continues to move closer to the Fiji group, and the center is now located 500 kilometers northwest of Nadi or 440 kilometers west-northwest of Yasawai Rara. TC Mel is expected to pass close to the west of the Fiji group tonight into tomorrow morning. However, expect continuous heavy winds and destructive winds, devastating winds are expected to affect people hours before the actual center or the system passes us. Stay listening to us and follow us on Fiji Village for the latest updates on Tropical Cyclone Mel and how this will affect us. We are here with you and will continue to provide the latest information. You can also check our website, Fiji Village, for the latest news, warnings, alerts, interviews, videos, photos, and weather forecast maps. I'm Vijay Narayan. We'll stay with you throughout this afternoon into the night and tomorrow as TC Mel approaches Fiji.
In your need and Scoops Premium Ice Cream. Goodness in every scoop. For more info on these stories with pictures and video.
So that was the news that we just had live on all our stations. And just to remind all of you that we will be having live streaming of our news as we go along. The next live stream of the news will be at around 4 p.m. today. Stay with us for all updates, and you can also contact us on 3314-766. Stay safe and stay listening.